Hello, I'm Janice and I hope you're all doing well. It's been a crazy past few weeks and I just wanted to check in and make sure you guys are all okay. I'd be really interested to know where you're from and how you're doing. If you want to let me know. If you don't, that's perfectly fine as well. So restaurants and cafes here no longer do dine-in. We can only take away or have our food delivered. And some restaurants have really been able to adapt their takeaway menu so that you can have the restaurant experience in the comforts of your own home. I put some links in my description if you want to check it out or if you want to support their businesses. And in today's video, what I really wanted to show you is some of my go-to comfort food dishes and my favorite restaurants to go to when I'm craving these dishes. But before we go on this comfort food tour, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Skillshare. So Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of creative classes for you to choose from. And as you may already know, the classes that I'm typically most interested in are in relation to filming and video editing and photography. But because I've been stuck at home for so long, I've started taking classes that I typically wouldn't take. And if you stick to the end of this video, I'll show you exactly what that class is. So if you're stuck at home and you want to level up some of your skills, or you're stuck at home and you're just really bored, or you are looking for something to sort of take your mind off things a little bit, drawing or writing or journaling classes might be able to help manage some of the stress. And Skillshare is offering the first 1,000 of you guys who click on the link in my description a 2-month free trial of premium membership to the platform, so you can explore your creativity, try out as many classes as you want for free for 2 months. So yeah, click on the link in my description if you want to check it out. And without further ado, let's get started on our comfort food tour. Okay, if you've watched my videos for long enough, you would know that I have a thing for chicken rice. There's just something about it. I really love it. I can't really explain it. And so the first item on our list for this video is crispy skin chicken rice from a place called Tan Viet. It's like a go-to for me. I either get beef pho when I go to Tan Viet or chicken rice. So there are a few Tan Viets here in Sydney. There's one in Cabramatta, there's one in Eastwood, and there's also one in the city in Darling Square. So with all chicken rices, of course, there is a soup. And in here we have crispy skin chicken rice, and the rice is tomato rice, and I love tomatoes and I love rice. So this is like best of both worlds really. So in the box you have your soup, you have your pickles, and you also have a fish sauce with a bit of chili, and then your chicken and also your tomato rice. All right, first things first, let's try the soup. Honestly, it just tastes like vegetable broth, like really light vegetable broth, and you add a bit of salt to it. And now we have the pickled cabbage. They typically taste how pickled vegetables would taste. And now let's not wait any longer. The chicken is always flavored very nicely. It's very smooth, it's very tender and juicy, and the skin is always amazing. I mean, yes, I've had to wait a bit before I actually dig in, and it's definitely not as crispy as it would be if I were to have it at the restaurant, but it is still amazing. And now I've added a bit of the fish sauce to the chicken. Ladies and gentlemen, that is amazing. It just adds like a whole different flavor to the chicken. It's a bit salty, it's a bit sour, it's a bit sweet. It's absolutely perfect. And now we have the tomato rice. Look, the flavor of the tomato isn't that strong. It kind of looks more like tomato rice than it tastes like tomato rice. What I usually do is I add fish sauce to the rice. It just gives it a completely different flavor. And it also like softens the rice a little bit as well. Guys, I kid you not, you really can't go wrong with crispy chicken rice from Tan Viet. I promise you it's worth it. If you like chicken or you like rice, or you're just looking for something that just really hits the spot, you really can't go wrong with this. So I'm gonna finish off my crispy skin chicken rice, and then we're gonna head to our next destination where I show you another restaurant that I head to when I'm in need of some comfort food. And second item on this list is a pad thai from a place called Chat Thai. I love Chat Thai. In fact, I made a video about this, I think nearly a year ago, just talking about like my favorite dishes. And their pad thai is always one of my comfort foods, my go-to. And I got the chicken pad thai. So a pad thai sounds like a simple comfort food, but there are so many different ingredients that are in this dish. So there's obviously your noodles and your chicken, but there's also peanuts. There's also a range of different vegetables, including bean sprouts, scallions, and they also have these tiny, tiny dried shrimp that adds like a burst of flavor to the dish. And they also have fried eggs sort of like interwoven in the noodles. Their pad thais are always so flavorful. It's a bit salty, it's a bit sweet, and when you add the limes, it's a bit sour as well. And when you add that together, it's just the perfect combo. And they're also offering discounts if you do takeaway. So why not take this opportunity and get yourself some awesome Thai food? I've said it before and I'll say it again. It is literally bursting with flavor. And the chicken, it's actually still quite tender. I don't know how they do it because they stir fry it, but it's still like, it's not too rough. It's not too dry. It still has that like tender and juiciness to it. So if you're looking for inspiration on what you should have delivered tonight for dinner or today for lunch, why not check out Chat Thai? Go order one of their pad thais or order one of their curries. They won't disappoint, I promise. Okay, so the third item on this list is actually pizza, and we're heading to a restaurant that has won the World Championships for pizza. I didn't even know that was a thing until my sister told me that, but we're getting 2 pizzas and a pasta and a starter because the entire family is joining me on my comfort food video, and they're like, yeah, as long as you're shouting, we're happy to do whatever you want. So we're getting pizza and pasta for the entire family tonight. We got a prosciutto pizza, we also got an eggplant vegetarian pizza, we have calamari, and also a seafood pasta. And it smells absolutely amazing. Okay, first up we have the calamaris. It's still very, very crunchy, even though it's takeaway. A bit salty, a bit peppery. Inside it's very nice and chewy and fresh, and the outside, very, very crunchy. And then we have the prosciutto pizza. So there's shaved Parmesan, there is prosciutto, there is a bit of rocket on a tomato-based pizza. It's really, really good. It's a bit salty because of the prosciutto and also the cheese. And we also have the vegetarian pizza with eggplant and mushrooms and zucchini. It's like salad on a pizza, pretty much. It's very, very herby. Okay, so we're gonna taste the pasta now. So I made the decision for only one pasta because I thought it was too much food, like 2 pizzas and 1 pasta between 4 people. And now they're saying that I should have ordered another pasta because it's not enough between 4 people. Okay, so anyway, let's taste the pasta. It smells delicious. It's a little bit like, it's got like chili, it's got white wine, it has a bunch of different seafood. There's like a tiny, tiny bit of spice. It's nothing that anyone can't handle. It's actually quite delicious. Okay, prawns, that's what I've been looking forward to as well. Those prawns are very, very fresh. There are 2 mussels. I think we'll sort of play rock, paper, scissors as to who gets them. But if you're craving pizza or pasta, definitely check this place out. I mean, like, they won the World Championships for pizza for 2015, 2016, and 2017. Okay, so we're gonna finish this food now, and I'll see you again when we get to the 4th segment of this video. Alright, and thank you so much for sticking till the end. I did say at the beginning of this video that I would try out a class that I typically wouldn't take, and I came across this cooking class on Skillshare, and they taught you how to make the perfect grilled cheese. Now growing up, a grilled cheese was one of my ultimate comfort foods. But then as I started to grow older, my tolerance of cheese and milk started to decrease. But then I thought, what better day to relive those childhood memories and recreate one of my childhood comfort foods. So in that video, she talked about having 4 different types of cheese for the ultimate grilled cheese. So she had mozzarella, she had cheddar, she had fontina, which I've never heard of, and she also had Gruyere. So for me, I just got a 4 cheese mix, and I also got mayonnaise because she said that that's the trick to getting a really, really nice crisp. And I've also got a loaf of bread from the fridge. I think yes, some of the ingredients are a little bit different to what she had, but I think it's similar enough that we can emulate what she says is the perfect grilled cheese. So without further ado, let's actually start prepping our food. Okay, she did talk about putting a cup to a cup and a half of cheese on your bread. I feel like that's a little bit too much, so I'm just gonna go with whatever I feel is best and whatever I feel my stomach feels would be best. So, okay, we're changing the angle just slightly, but I think we're ready to, she did also say to put something heavy to squish it down, so I'm just gonna play it by ear, but it looks like it's just about done, so let's cut into it. Okay, moment of truth, let's see how I did. Yes! Oh wow, okay, sometimes I forget how delicious cheese is. Do I think it looks pretty similar to hers? Yeah, I think it looks pretty similar. Do I think it tastes similar? I have no idea because I didn't get to taste hers, but look, I think it's pretty good. And that is it for today. As I've said before, the link to the free 2 months of Skillshare is in my description. If you're still watching, thank you so much for watching till the end. I post new videos every week, so check them out if you have time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. She's got mozzarella, cheddar, fontina that I've never heard of, and also Gruyere. Is that too much cheese?
No.
What do you think?
I've made better.
Oh, come on.